right, so this is a expat vlog, and if you don't watch my Lolita stuff and you just came here for the expat stuff, the lighting is weird because we moved into the countryside house, and I don't know how to fucking work the lighting. Like, it's basically, oh shit, my laptop is still on like Florida time, so right now it is 4:28 in the fucking morning. What time is it here in Germany? 10:28 in the fucking morning. So the lighting is gonna be a little wonky, but I wanted to do this at the beginning of the day because it literally is pitch goddamn black outside at like 5 something. So, and I know the lighting would be all squirrely then. So I'll play with the lighting a little more. Like I said in my Lolita vlog, I gotta go around the house and see what has the best lighting that's not gonna give me a damn problem. But right now we're gonna do this in my room, and that's what we're doing. So, expat vlog. What the fuck has been happening for the last 2 fucking weeks? And yes, I know. I am in between hair right now. So, yes, I am wearing my hair back in the 2 ponytails. I know I said don't get used to it, but I needed to get some things off my chest because you guys are my free therapy, because I don't fucking know how to find a therapist that speaks English here. So this is what's going to happen. You guys are going to be my therapist for a little bit until I can get my shit together to get an actual therapist in my life. So we're agreed? Good. By watching this, you agree to be my therapist. So let's do this fucking thing. So the last 2 weeks and some change have not been wonderful. So let's start with the day we moved out of the apartment. We got up butt fucking early because we had to be at this house by 8 o'clock to meet the lady that was helping us, the other lady that's like our new helper person for the house, not apartment, for the house. Then we had to meet up with some other dude who I don't even know, but he lives in this town. I don't know who the fuck this dude was, but we had to meet up with him. Then in between all of that, before we get to that, so we met up with those people, and we had to be here at 8 o'clock in the morning with the dogs and the rest, like what we could get out of our apartment, and we were supposed to do a walkthrough to see what the fuck was happening with the house. I keep wanting to say apartment, with the house, so they could document it, and things that needed to be fixed could be fixed, things that need to be changed could be changed, and that was what was supposed to happen. So we get down to brass tacks, and the house hasn't been cleaned. Now, we was up in this motherfucker on the Sunday. We moved out of the apartment officially on Friday. Well, actually, we moved officially out Saturday, but we were out of the apartment on Friday. So, but we had come the Sunday of that week, and basically we came to like spruce, because there's grapevines in on a trellis in the back. One day I'll do like a walking tour of around here, but right now I ain't doing that because it's fucking cold outside. And you see this thin ass shirt that you can see my damn bra, bitch ain't ready for winter. So, but anyway, there's like grapevines that grow on a trellis outside, and a lot of the grapes, because nobody was living here for months and months, had fallen off the vine and died, or they were just dead, literally dead on the vine. So me and my husband came to like rake up the yard, make the yard look presentable, so when the movers came, they weren't bringing and tracking into the house like grape blood, basically. So we did that. We swept up. My husband snipped down all the dead grapes, and we raked and swept the rakes. But we had wrongfully assumed that the rest of the house would be clean because they had workmen here. Oh, side note about the workmen: they were shitting in the toilet that was the downstairs guest toilet, and there was no water in there. So somebody had to clean that up. I don't know when that got cleaned up, thankfully, because if that hadn't gotten cleaned up, I was going to go on a 3-state killing spree, and that was just going to fucking happen. But they cleaned it up so nothing had to be destroyed. So that was good. But yeah, that fucking did happen. So we had assumed the house would be cleaned up because there were leaves still in the house. There was dirt and dust and like minor things, but the house wasn't ready. My husband was trying to tell them, like, hey, you think you could turn the water on when we were there that Sunday? He's like, hey, do you think you could turn the water on to make sure everything's okay? And they were like, no, no, no. Everything's going to be fine. Don't worry about it. We'll turn the water on and it'll be fine. Nobody turned the fucking water on, because that's going to come into play in a minute. So, nobody cleaned. The water wasn't on. I think it still had minimal electricity, or they just turned the electricity on that day. And it was a fiasco. And the lady that was helping us, that was like the lady who was primarily helping us, the one I told you, she was like, wow, this is a really special place and y'all got lucky for finding it. She was appalled. She was like, this is not move-in ready. What the fuck are we doing? And basically, there were problems. They had to call out an electrician who came out here twice. Actually, yeah, they had to emergency call an electrician. He came out here that day. They had to emergency call a plumber because none of the water was functional. There was supposed to be something that they had that was supposed to keep the water from turning brown, but it wasn't. It's still, even right now, not functional. So that fucking happened. And Miss Land, that was her name, the lady who was like helping us, who was like, what the fuck? She was upset. She was like, you guys cannot move into this house. Nothing works. You don't even have a functioning toilet. There's no way you can live here. And unfortunately, my husband had scheduled for all our shit from when we moved, that we packed up, to be delivered to this house that Friday. So as everybody is scrambling around and we're trying to figure out if we have to stay at the apartment for another week, which was also kind of chaotic because Germany was relocking back down and we weren't sure if we were going to be able to move once the main lockdown had gone into effect. But thankfully, they did get the water working. Everything got semi-sorted. They would have to send a couple of people out, like some of the shutters don't work, and like I said, I'll show you all that fun shit later. But none of the shutters, like some of them were working, some of them weren't. There was oil, because we have oil heat. Some of the radiators worked, some of them didn't, but they would send somebody out because they still were working on the heating system. Thankfully, it didn't. It got like really cold one night, which none of the heaters were functioning that one night, which was just like batting 1,000 motherfuckers. So yeah, so it was basically a chaotic move, but we did get everything moved in and everything was fine. And I was just feeling like I could have stayed home for all of this fuckery. So yeah, I wasn't amused. So that was the first kind of week we were here. So like the second kind of, or like going into the 1.5 week we were here, the downstairs bathroom, which again, that was where the workmen were shitting and there was no water in the toilet. So they did clean it. But here's something fucking amazing that happened. Do I have a picture of this? I'm hoping. Yeah, I have a picture of this on this phone. So my husband had gone out to go get some excess furniture because this is a big house and we didn't know what we were going to find. So we took the barest minimum amount of furniture and we got lucky. So for as much as I'm like ragging on this house, we did get lucky with it. So, but my husband went out to go get some furniture to put in, because we got a small dining room table. We needed a bigger dining room table. And just to pick up some stuff. I was here by myself with the dogs because at that point we had been going around like for days and I was just sick of driving around in various places and I was just pretty much really, really tired. And as he's gone, I'm downstairs in the living room with the dogs playing video games, but I have to go to the bathroom. And I went and I was like, I really had to go because I was holding it because I was playing Streets of Rage 4 and I was just really kicking ass and I really didn't want to stop, but my body was like, bitch, you kind of need to stop. I need to relieve myself. So I went to the bathroom and I hear this like little weird sound and I'm like, the fuck is that sound? And it's still going. And then I hear crash. So what happened was, after I heard this crash, thankfully I hadn't started peeing because that would have been embarrassing. I hadn't started peeing because it stopped. Like, I think it was about to go, and then I heard the creaky, cracky sound. And fucking this happened. The toilet fell off the fucking wall. For those of you who aren't familiar, a lot of toilets, I have yet to see a regular, like the only time I see a regular American toilet is when I'm with my husband on base. That's the only time I see a regular American toilet that has like a thing that comes out of the ground that goes into a pipe that goes into the ground, and like the toilet bowl, and then like the tank. That is not how toilets are here in Germany. They are free floating. Every toilet I've parked my tushy on, even last year, were all free floating fucking toilets, meaning there is no base at the bottom of the toilet. It just kind of is like attached in I don't know, mystically, magically glued to the fucking wall. So what had happened in this situation was the toilet broke off from the fucking wall. Fit to be motherfucking tied. I was done. Because at that point, I was already feeling majorly homesick and just like, what the fuck is happening? And I was not amused and I was tired. And then that fucking happened. And I lost my shit. I actually, when Jose came home, I started crying. Because I was like, I'm not happy. I can't fucking speak the language. I can't learn the language. I can't even take a goddamn class because shit is locked down. The toilet fucking fell off the damn wall. I could have fucking stayed home for all of this. And I was done. It was the first time I had actually cried since all of this began back in late July, early August. It was the first time I had cried. Like, I had lost my shit. I had pretty much lost every semblance of self-control I had. And I know, I've told you guys before, I don't cry easily. So shit had to be real fucked up for me to cry. But also, part of the reason I kind of don't cry is because for me, I know for a lot of people, they say for most normal human beings, crying is a cathartic release and like you start to feel better. I actually don't feel better after crying. Because for me, my head is like, nothing got fucking solved. I'm crying literally for no reason. Crying isn't going to fix this situation. So fuck crying. So that's why it's hard for me also to cry, because it's like, it's not fixing anything. It's not making me feel better. It's actually making me feel a little bit worse because I am stymied and literally can't fix anything. So fuck that. So, and I know, and I'm not saying that that's the stance that you should have. If you need to cry, cry it out, because you should not. I am the poster child for what you should not do with your life. I am literally the poster child for what not to fucking do. So seriously, do not live my life the way I live it, because it does not serve any good purpose. But this is just how my brain has wired itself to be. So I fucking broke down, and Jose tried his damnedest to make me feel better, and I've been pretty much fucked up ever since. Last night, I couldn't. We went to base. Went to one of the bases to try to get. He had to get some paperwork or some shit. And there's like a grocery store on base, and I was trying to get something because I really want to make chicken and dumplings. I've been dying to have chicken and dumplings for a while now, and they don't sell the right flour. They have grated flour here. Like, it's numbered, and my husband just figured out like what number flour is for what situation. Because he just bought flour thinking, oh, it's flour. That's all you need. It's just flour. No, there's pastry flour. There's bread flour. I do believe there's cake flour. They have these things in the United States, but they're not labeled by number. They're labeled by thing. Like, again, bread flour, pastry flour, all-purpose flour. So here it's graded or numbered, I should say. So I'm trying to find just a box of Jiffy, not the cornbread mix for the black people who are in the know. It's not the cornbread. Jiffy actually makes baking flour, and that's what I usually use to make my dumplings, because the one recipe was like, they were actually like, use Bisquick. I will not use Bisquick because it always has boll weevils in it. These little flour eating bugs. Every time I've had Bisquick, it has always resulted in a boll weevil problem in a house, and fuck Bisquick for that. And I don't give a shit if they hear this and like, oh, you need to take that down. I have yet to have a box of Bisquick that fucking hasn't had a boll weevil problem at the end of the box. So, yeah, I'm saying it, I'm stating it, and I don't give a fuck. It's always fucking problematic with Bisquick, but whatever. So, yeah, I will not use Bisquick. I actually use Jiffy. So, because their flour, they actually give you a little recipe on the back of their flour box that you can do dumplings for chicken and dumplings. I've been wanting chicken and dumplings. None of the commissaries on the grocery stores on base have Jiffy flour. So I lost my shit last night because I was just like, I couldn't get the fire roasted tomatoes to make something else I wanted to make. Started losing my shit and started crying in the car. And my husband is, again, fit to be fucking tied because I'm freaking out because I can't get the stuff that I would normally be able to just drive my happy ass up the block to Walmart or up the block to Publix to get. Now I can't fucking get any of it. And I'm just like, I can't. So I have been royally homesick. And it's not anybody's fault. It's just, I just have just had this feeling of I don't belong. And again, not that anybody has treated me badly here. I'm not going to sit here and say our neighbors have actually been fine. They haven't barbecued my husband for making noise on a Sunday. So, because that was like happening on Sunday and I swore he was going to get barbecued. It's bad enough I was blow drying my hair, which I know I shouldn't have been. Because Sunday is literally all day is you are not to make anything louder than a pin drop, more or less. I'm being hyperbolic, but pretty much Sunday is quiet day. You're not supposed to make a lot of noise on Sunday. My husband was sitting there drilling shit on Sunday, and I'm just like, he gonna get barbecued, and I'm gonna let him deal with that. And he had the nerve to tell me, like, why didn't you tell me it was so loud? Bitch, you know it's loud. You fucking drilling. How you gonna get on me because I didn't get on you? Whatever. So I just let that go. I'm like, you gonna get barbecued. They're gonna barbecue your ass, and I'm gonna be like, that's why you got barbecue, because you don't never want to listen. So, but they were real chill about that. Nobody, like, people were just like, the fuck? But pretty much when my husband realized he was being an ass, he stopped, and it was fine. So they didn't get mad. I don't have a lot of issues with the town that we're even living in. Granted, I don't walk outside around like that because I can't talk to anybody, and I feel guilty speaking English, and I don't told my husband yesterday when I'm in the car having this little meltdown that I don't have enough German to answer basic yes or no questions. It's really fucking me up. So, but it's not that anybody has said or did anything to me. It's not that people have been rude, and I know people, like my husband said at work, people like think Germans are rude, and I don't think Germans are rude. I just think they have things that they're accustomed, like Americans. We have shit that we're fucking accustomed to. If you're not accustomed to that, then we kind of look like the fuck. So I can't be mad when people have some shit that they're accustomed to and they're used to, and I'm coming up fucking up their situation. So I'm not even mad about that, but I just have not felt comfortable since we goddamn left the U.S. And I'm trying my best to like deal with it, and I'm trying to be, patient and understanding. I try to be really humble when I go out and I have to use my translating app thing because I can't speak the language, and the one thing I can do, hands down, doing German is fucking apologize. Which German people get kind of weirded out when you apologize too much. It's like, the fuck you keep apologizing for? Because I feel bad that I'm fucking up your situation. So it's a weird thing. And again, it's stuff that people are accustomed to, and I'm coming in fucking up their customs. So it's not like I'm intentionally doing it either. It's just, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm trying to be as respectful as possible. So I just haven't felt right since I left the U.S. I feel like a fish out of water. I feel like I don't belong. And it's like I told my husband yesterday, I know I'm weird. I know I'm different. And I know for a fact that I'm always going to get stared at because I'm so weird and so different. I have accepted that part of my life. But now I have the extra added, I'm different and I'm American and I don't speak the language and I'm fucking up your situation here in Germany. So that just makes me extremely uncomfortable. So, and I kind of don't think he gets that, but I don't know. Something's gonna happen. I'm just hoping it's something good. So, I don't fucking know. So, yeah, that's where I've been for the last 2 weeks. I've had a few little minor breakdowns. Well, that one when the toilet fell off the wall. That was a major breakdown. And I had a breakdown last night and then got really super drunk, which I know that's not the answer, but it was the answer for me last night. So that fucking happened. But it's just been so hard. I don't like difficult things. And I damn sure don't like change. I always tell people the same thing. I love change. So long as it don't involve me, shit can change all around. Like, there should be a mobile anti-change thing in like a 60-mile radius, not 60, we'll be honest, in like a 5-block radius around my ass because I don't like change. So, but that has been the last 2 weeks, and I don't fucking know what's going to happen, especially with Corona. And then they had the hot news that get ready to strap in, motherfuckers, because we're locking down till probably the spring. I'm like, okay, well, it's either that or get coronavirus, so I'd rather be locked down in a house than somewhere like having severe respiratory issues. Because I really don't want to be that sick in a country that I don't know. But, so difficult. It's such a challenge, and I don't like challenges. So, that is all I have on this expat vlog. And now that we hit some internet, that also was not helping with the mental situation, because I ain't hear shit to distract me except the phone, and no internet for 2 weeks because they were like, oh, it'll take 2 weeks. My husband was like, well, maybe if we get a lower like plan with less data, they were like, oh no, it's still gonna take 2 weeks. And according to some of his coworkers, we got lucky because sometimes the shit takes 2 months. I don't even know. So now that is all I have with this expat vlog, and we'll be back to stasis. Like I said, I just gotta find the right room to film in during the day because this lighting situation in here is just mad fucked up. So until then, later.